And welcome to Tabletop 24. I'm Alan.
I'm John.
I'm Brian.
And welcome to another episode of We'll Play Again, where we take a look at games that we've recently got to the table and with a focus on how soon we're going to get them back to the table. And we answer the question of, would we play again? Today we have Marrakech from Gigamic, or Gigamic, depending on your pronunciations. In Marrakech, and we're going to do this as a live turn, you will take a Sam and you will decide whether you're going to leave him to go straight on, turn him left or turn him right. Roll the dice, and then the number of slippers shows you how far he's going to move. You then place one of your rugs on a space connected to him, so you could place like that. You could put it in front. You can't cover a whole mat of somebody else's, but the idea is that you are covering up spaces of other people's mats, just so that you don't have to pay money when you land on it, and you will win points as you go. Should you land on anybody's rug, you will then have to pay them some of your coins. And that they're in, you've seen straight away, we've taken 2 different turns. It's simple. And what you're doing in it, you're not really doing too much. As you can see, I can't stop these two at the moment. And they're really fighting for the game. So it is simple. There's not much more to it than that. At the end of the game, you will score a point for every square. So single square, so that would count as 2, that's open, plus any money you've got left. Like I say, if you land on somebody else's rug, you're paying them. So you want to be essentially as effective as you can with where you're placing your rugs and as dangerous as you can. The only bit is you'll see a Sam will come around the corner on these sort of turnstile sort of bits. It's light, so some people might not like that, but I think, as you can see, these two very much did.
It's a lovely little game. It's really good as a sort of palate cleanse, sort of between games or when you're starting out the evening. Just get it on the table. Really small table presence, really easy to set up and go. And it's just fun. You've seen it, how quick it moves. Just roll the die, move the thing, sort of where you want to place it. It's great. Yeah.
So as we can see then, John, lots of interaction.
It's surprising for a game about carpets or rugs. Is the fact you're covering people over. You're always talking about how many you're going to move, which way you're going to turn, or do you want to go that way? Do you want to go this way? So I'm going that way. So I'm going to land on my own ones. It's a lovely little game. It really is. It just, you play, you're done, you move on. It's just there's not a lot of choice in what you need to do, which I think just makes it just a joy to play and a joy to get to. I love the fuzzy felt.
Fuzzy felt is good. Now the thing is, so I then play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7.
7.
Come on.
It's fuzzy felt. It's lovely. It's lovely to have something tactile like this to play. They've all got different patterns on them. It's really thematic and lovely.
It takes me back childhood. It really does.
If you miss put it down there, you can't just shift it around. You got to take it all up and put it back again. Everything moves. And so it's a dex game again. You know, you've got to make sure you put it right down the first time. But that's almost funny, really. It's almost part of the game, I think. But, you know,
it works. The implementation of the fuzzy felt works so much better than if you had cards, because they would be shifting about.
Yeah, so that doesn't move.
Yeah,
you know.
It all stays adhered to the table for that reason alone. It's very good. I think it's averages. Really, you're looking at the percentage of the movement, aren't you? Really.
So you've got on the dice, I think there's 1, 1, 1, 4, a couple of 2s and a couple of 3s. There you go, look.
And I think there's enough variation and tactics in which direction you're going to go that you can kind of play the averages to your advantage.
I didn't think about that. Didn't think about that in the slightest. Oh, well, never mind. I'll stick that there. Yeah. Well, I could block out those two.
Yeah, block out those two.
Block out those two. Didn't think about that, but there you go.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, you can get caught out quite easily in this game. It's I think my family will love this, and absolutely I can't wait to play it with them because it is so simple. And the one aspect of this is the scoring is take that. You are scoring money off other people, but you all go into, it's not one person can get picked on. You all go into this knowing that's how you're going to score the points and win the game. So I think it's a leveler, and I don't think it impacts the game at all, knowing that nobody's getting picked on at all.
No, and even if you try, it's not like you can then turn back around easily and know that you're going to go and lay something over that person's rugs, or you're going to force somebody else to land on that. There's a little bit of strategy to the averages and stuff, but you can't do it. And even if I wanted to pick on John, for instance, by the time it comes back around, I'm going to be in a different place. I'm not going to be able to.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the scoring there, the end game scoring there, I think there's 9, 8, and 7, or 9, just as a quick cursory glance. And that's of us all playing an equal amount of turns. So it's actually quite level when you think about that.
It's quite close scoring. Isn't
It is. Then nobody runs away with it. So it's not like somebody can just dominate the game at all. It's great. It's underestimated and underappreciated. I think this game should be seen more. And to have a copy and just to play it is just it's a joyful little thing.
Yeah.
You look at other games that are as light as this that possibly are a palate cleanser, Soro and things like that. I think this beats it.
Yeah.
For 4 people, this absolutely. I mean, the good thing about Soro is it plays to 10, 8, 10. This just. But for 4 people, this just a tight little game night. It's an absolute pleasure.
I didn't know about this beforehand, and it just surprised me. I think in how lovely it was.
Yeah.
It's been around for a long time as well.
Yeah, so I think this is a reprint of the original, and it's been around even longer than that. So obviously the first thing to say about this is this was kindly provided by Hachette Board Games UK, which is obviously a thank you to Flavian, who we met at UKGE. And the thing is, he said to me exactly what John said. It's a family game. It's an underappreciated game, and I've not put words in John's mouth when I said that. He didn't know that that's the conversation I had with Flavian. And it is, and it just brings a smile to your face. It's one of those games that it may well fly under the radar, but those families that get this, and I will say it's probably going to be a family game. It's not going to be a heavy board gamers game. It's going to be coming out quite regularly.
Yeah.
This copy, although it was given to the channel, has now found its way to John's home, and I think it's going to be safe to say it's going to be a family staple for many years.
Definitely. Well, one thing. The box could be smaller. You could get away with the box being a quarter of the size of the board, and everything would fit in nicely.
Yeah,
that's a minor quibble because
Yeah, but again, it comes back to that
machine washable.
yeah.
So if there's any spillages, it's just it's
nice tactile coins as well. Big thick cardboard, which is quite nice.
And we do often discuss theme. And this could only be about rugs, really.
Yeah, you could get away with something else, I'm sure, but it's just on point with everything.
Yeah, any marketing people out there want to market a game for Carpets Are Us or Carpet Right or anything?
Yeah, exactly.
Buy the rights. It's great.
So with that in mind, then, John, would you play again?
I'll play it again. It's Brian's turn, in fact. and that says it all. We're playing this as we review it. It's that simple, and and that interactive. Too many games you're sat looking at a tableau these days.
Yeah.
And there's that, but this is, you're all focused on that board. You've all got lovely, brightly coloured things. It's just we'll play again.
So
I will play it again. I'll play it soon. Yes, I really enjoyed this game. I've only played it a few times, but that's not enough. So I'd like to play it again quite a few more times.
Yeah. So for me, I'd play it again. I think for me, it is a bit light, but it's that palate cleanse. It's that middle of the night, end of the night, even beginning of the night. Got a few people that don't really like to play games. It's a sort of an investment into the hobby and a bit of an interest for that. So I think it has its place. For me, it's not going to be a regular one, but I'm fairly sure it will be regular because these two are going to drag me to play it. And I think with that in mind, we are going to finish this game up.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching this through. Check out other videos on the channel. Give us a like and subscribe, and we will catch you next time.
Cheerio.
Goodbye.